Hi, I'm Janelle. So I'm gonna explain a little bit about this trip as you watch the footages. Because a lot of the footages that I filmed during the trip, they're lost. I have to do some explanation. Into this Tanzania trip that you're watching now, I already went on a 2 weeks volunteer program, and 1 week in South Africa, 1 week in Zimbabwe. So I already did see a lot of animals prior to Tanzania, but I did not see like wild lions or leopard and cheetah yet at that time. Anyway, so after delay, I finally arrived at Kilimanjaro at 10 p.m. And then I already arranged a private transfer from the airport to my hotel in Arusha. I needed to go to Arusha because that's where my tour guide and driver would pick me up. So after an hour, I got to the hotel. I stayed at, believe it or not, I stayed at the 4-Point Sheraton in Arusha. And over there, it's like a 5-star hotel. Like, believe it or not, it's very funny. I know 4 Points around the world could be like, maybe like an airport hotel or like a 3-star or something like that. But the 4-Point Sheraton there, it just surprised me. It was actually quite nice, and you're gonna see the footages now. After a night of rest, I got my SIM card. They arranged a guy to come help me do a SIM card because they need to look at my passport and everything to get a SIM card so that I could have data in Tanzania. I do have international data plan around the world, but it does not include Tanzania. So especially in Africa, aside from South Africa and I think Egypt and I think Morocco, I highly recommend you to get a local SIM card so you can get like the fastest internet, even though you won't get reception everywhere, especially when you are in the middle of a national park. So after the SIM card was done, after breakfast, we started at 3.5 hours drive to our first national park. It's called Tarangire National Park. I think now I can pronounce it after going there. I had the hardest time to pronounce this, all the names actually. Finally here! At Tarangire.
Yeah, Tarangire.
I'm just horrible at pronouncing. Anyways, it's still near, it's in Tanzania, it's near Serengeti, even though the grass is high. So supposedly we can still see lions and cheetah and all that, but I don't know if it's because of the rain. It's like rain season here. I still have not been able to see wild ones. I have seen all the other ones like rhino and all that in the wild, but have not seen them see wild lions yet, which I'm really looking forward to. But if I can't, then I guess I have to come back.
Hi.
Oh, so many elephants again. Oh my god. Far away on the left. There's a baby in front of us. Oh, it's a family. One dad, one mom, and one kid, right?
Yeah.
Oh, the elephant is coming. The leader. The leader. Hi. It was so nice. What a lovely day here. So I finally saw lions, wild lions,
There were, I think, 4 adult lions, female lions with cubs. As you can see, the road is very bumpy, but I'm super grateful that I finally saw wild lions.
As I mentioned earlier, I already saw a lot of animals the past 2 weeks in other countries. But why I still want to go to Tanzania is because I want to see the Great Migration. Yes, you're gonna have this question, oh, Great Migration is not in January. Where did you go? But actually, the Great Migration is not only during July or August where everyone goes to Kenya, to Masai Mara to watch, to see it. It's actually, it's year round. All the animals, they migrate. I'm gonna put a map here. That's how they go. That's the flow. So from the time that I go, I know that they would be at Serengeti, and I was going to Tarangire first, but I was on my way to Serengeti. So I know I will see the Great Migration, and that's the reason why I went. I know that that is like a birth season, meaning like you're gonna see a lot of babies, which I did see at the end as well. You're gonna see on the 3rd day, which is the next episode. The Tarangire National Park, where I went on the 1st day, you can see it as like an introduction. You are gonna see a lot of animals, but when I saw the first wild lion, I was like so happy and excited. Little did I know that I would see so many of them in Serengeti that I got to a point, I told my driver, oh, it's okay, we don't have to look for any more lions. Because I saw, I don't know, over 50. I saw so many cubs, I saw like many like lioness, like which is female lion. I just saw so many that I was like, oh, okay, I don't think I need to take any more pictures or film. Anyway, so the first Tarangire, it was an introduction to all these safaris, I would say. It's like a smaller park. So I didn't see as much as I would like, but I already know that I wouldn't see a lot to begin with. And then after I finally saw lion on the first day, I was so happy, and it was already the end of the day. And then I was checked into my first camp of the trip, of this safari trip. It is called the Tarangire Tortillas Camp. I highly recommend it. Not only was it very clean, the hospitality was unbelievable. But I do have a story to share about this camp. When after we checked in, I found out I was the only guest, and I really mean the only guest of the whole camp. First, my feeling was, no way, why would they open the whole camp for me? No way. But then I asked further. I found out there were a lot of guests the night before, and then there would be a lot more guests the day after I leave, because I was only staying one night, right? So it was just so funny. I was very overwhelmed. They call me queen because obviously I was the only guest. It's just so funny. Anyway, so you're gonna see a footage of them singing to me during dinner. It happened to be like one of the highlights of the trip because of the hospitality. It's just great. Whatever you need, whatever you want, they will ask you. So in the camp, it has everything you need. Electricity socket for you to charge all your phones, your external batteries, your cameras, whatever you need. There's hot shower. You just have to let them know using the walkie-talkie 5 minutes before. Then they will fill the hot water near your tent or something. I did not see how they refill the water, so I cannot tell you, but from what I know, they have like a tank compared to some camps where they boil hot water and put it into a bucket so that when you turn on the shower head, the hot water comes out. This is not one of those camps. This one actually has a tank. A restaurant would ask you, a chef came to ask me what I would like for breakfast. Whatever you want, they basically can make it for you, but I'm not usually a breakfast person. I don't eat a lot for breakfast, but knowing that I was in a camp, so I still order some, like, you know, eggs and fruits, which you can see here. Alright, okay, thank you guys. After breakfast, I was on my way to, I think out of the 4 days, the second day was the longest drive. It was about a total of 5 hours drive, but of course we break it in between. There were breaks. There is a national park that you can go to if you're planning that, because called the Lake Mayanara National Park. It is also a smaller park, but you can see a lot of flamingos there as well during the season, which you will see that I will see on the end of second night and the morning of the third day. But I skipped that part because I know that actually I already saw a lot of the animals that I know I would see, so I just drove straight to Serengeti to the Ngorongoro Conservation Area first. That's why the drive was very long. On the way we got a little break at the African Gallery, which you can see the footage.
I am at the African Gallery. It is a shopping center, I guess, but it's more like into the arts and stuff. You have a lot of art pieces here and paintings, like a souvenir stuff, I think. A little cafe there in the end. Yeah, but so if you can buy art pieces home, this is definitely the place. I do see a lot of beautiful artwork. Just unfortunately, I cannot carry it. It's so cute. All those in the middle, and there's so much paintings in the back. That's why you will see DHL sign everywhere, because they can ship it back to your home country. It's cool.
After a very long drive, we finally arrived at the Ngorongoro Conservation Area. By the way, I went during rain season, so the visibility I'm not like the best, but it's like a low season where everything is cheaper and when accommodation still low. That's why I was the only guest of the previous night, which is sometimes good, sometimes bad. Some people like to go when it's during high season, but you can go anytime you want. But I went during low season and during raining, so that's why you can see the sky not very clear in the footages that I'm showing. But on the third day, the sun came out, everything was much nicer. Actually, it always rains and stuff. Another 1.5 hours, we finally get to Serengeti. I was so happy because it's definitely a bucket list of mine to get to Serengeti National Park. I was jumping up and down, screaming in the van. Moses, my guide, was so used to it. He's just like, calm down, Janelle. Anyway, so I already, since this is like a baby season, immediately upon entering, I already saw lots of baby zebras, baby giraffes, baby bambies, baby wildebeest. They're just so cute. I saw thousands and thousands of them. Never in my life would I thought that that I would be there, so I was just so happy. Guess where I am? Serengeti National Park. Aside from all the little baby zebras and wildebeest and all that, I saw something that was, I know this is very completely normal. It happens every day in the safari. That is their homeland, their motherland, right? So I saw this zebra who was carrying a baby, and she was dead because she was killed by a lioness. And as you can see in the footage here, I hope it doesn't make anyone uncomfortable because I did not show the one with all the blood and stuff. It's just nature, I get it. But just I feel sad because there's a baby inside, and I'm sure, that the baby and the mom didn't make it. I know it's very, very normal. After seeing a glimpse of Serengeti National Park, I was ready to check into the second camp of the trip, Tanzania Bush Camp. This one, I would be very honest. I would not stay there again. As you can see in this video, I didn't even bother taking a horizontal video footage because I could not get my phones and everything charged in the tent because it was out of order or something. It's like a migration camp, right? So they move the camp upon depending on where the animals are. So the location is different every time. So I do understand sometimes not every tent would get electricity. You can get it charged at the lobby, which is another tent. And it's just that because I was comparing to the Tortillas camp the night before, it's just like a huge difference, you know, everything in terms of the food, in terms of the cleanliness of the camp, in terms of the hot water flow, or, you know, I'm just being picky, so I'm sure many people find the Tanzania bush camp great, but it's just next time I would not stay there. I would probably 100% pick Asilia and other Tortillas where I know that I'm taken care of and the place is very clean. And that was my second day. I know that second day seems very long and didn't do much, but because that is the way to go, I have to get into the Serengeti National Park area, and that's how long the drive is. In the next episode, you're gonna see that I saw so much animals. I would say in 2 days, the day 3 and day 4, I saw about 20 times more animals more than what I saw the past 2 weeks in Africa, even like in the camps and also the volunteer program in Botswana. It was crazy. I saw so much animal. At one point, like I said earlier, I told my guide we don't have to look for any more lions because I just saw so many. Then you're also gonna see that I went to a village where all the local people live. It's a Maasai village. And then I will also be, you know, after 2.5 weeks in Africa doing volunteer program, and that I needed a few more days of rest, you know, mentally and physically. So I decided to go to Zanzibar. It is a resort island in Africa that has really beautiful water and lots of beautiful resorts. So you'll be seeing that as well. A lot of people ask me if I saw the Big 5. Stay tuned.